Hi there, everyone. I am Tulip back to my show with Amherst Media, our great team, Hourglass Trails. And guess what? Today I have a wonderful guest, an amazing Tim Blast, who is also a writer, an author who wrote recently this book, Planeta Blue, and this is the trilogy first part called Rise of Agu, and it is illustrated by Michael Laricchia and forwarded by Van Jones. So that's the author part of Tim, but I'm sure we are all familiar with the countless fans of Tim Blast for his hip hop music and the fully takeover of the hip hop culture. If you just listen to some of the songs, like even YouTube, I listen to that song, Now is the Time. I'm blown away, but more so, I don't know which blows me more away, the book here or the music. So let's not talk with me and get right to Tim and hear from him. Thank you, Tim, so much for joining the show. And
welcome.
Thanks to Amherst Media for having us here.
Thank you, Tulip, for having me on your show. I'm
My
excited to be here.
privilege. Yeah. So let's begin first with your music. That was your first calling of life, I guess.
Yes.
Because you have been with music for over
Yeah.
decades.
Yes.
So tell us about that. How did you come into it?
Yeah. So I was born in Guinea-Bissau to Cape Verdean parents, and if anybody knows anything about Cape Verde, it's a West African country, 10 islands, but it's full of culture, full of music, full of love, beautiful people, and so growing up. After we immigrated here to the United States at 3 years of age, there was always music in the home. So I always loved listening to whatever music my mom was playing, whether it was Cesaria Evora or Borgie Menz or, Tabanka Jazz, just to name a few of the Cape Verdean artists. And I really love to hear mom singing, my father singing. They always were singing also, even though they never pursued any type of music, but they were always singing. So there was always music in the home. And then my oldest brother, Clovis, he also decided to be a DJ. And so he would have records, and he would have his Technique 1200s. And I would find myself kind of, finding his records and putting them on with a headphone and listening to the music. And that was in the time, in the 80s, early 80s, when hip hop was emerging. And for us, we were calling it funk for the longest time. It's because we didn't even know, it didn't even have a name because it was so underground. It started in the Bronx, South Bronx to be specific, 1973. But, it started spreading. And, I grew up in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And so we were getting hip hop in the form of tapes. So we had, some friends, shout out to Bubba, who was a graffiti artist, and he would go out to New York and he'd come back with, some hot 97 tapes or tapes, that people were recording, right? So they were pressing record and play at the same time on their boom boxes. And he would bring the cassette tapes back to us, and he kind of, he was kind of our guide to hip hop. And we were just, I remember the first time he told us that, Run DMC were two different people. And I remember, my mind was blown because, I just thought of Run DMC as a group, and I didn't know one was Run and one was DMC. And for whatever reason, that always stuck with me, like, wow, there's so much more to this culture, to this music. And what was interesting about that music is that you saw people doing it that, one, looked like me, and also originality was so prevalent and was so important in the hip hop culture. So I saw myself as maybe doing that. And you know, I wrote my first rhyme and shared it with folks, and you know, and they got it got a reaction. At that time, they laughed at it, right? But in retrospect, it was a laughter that was like, wow, like that's interesting, that's cool, that's dope, that's fresh, right? Instead, I took it as like, oh man, they're laughing at me, and this is me like in 6th grade. But then as I got older, and I went to New Bedford High School, and really, you know, was into all types of music. I always had an eclectic kind of ear, so I was into like heavy metal, reggae, you know, pop music, you know, Michael Jackson's popping off, Prince, all of this music. You know, there was a rich time in the 80s, but hip hop just kept kind of coming back. And, you know, Rakim, from Eric B. and Rakim, was really, you know, amazing to me, you know, the lyrics. And I gotta, you know, give a shout out also to Slick Rick, the Ruler, and you know, his song with Dougie Fresh called Lottie Dottie was what inspired me to write my first rap. And so went to UMass Amherst, you know, after I graduated from high school, and you know, just really started getting more and more immersed in the culture, and got my confidence up, because that's part of hip hop, right? Is finding your voice, finding the ability to say something, right? Because if not, you're just, you know, a rapper, right? Just people making things rap, and you know, like Dr. Seuss making things rhyme. But an MC, which is what I am, you know, I just define myself as a hip hop artist, but an MC is someone who has something to say, has something to bring up the people, you know, really speaks with passion and really moves the crowd, right? That's what MC is, a mic controller and a master of ceremonies. And so I took that on, you know, with the poetry and the lineage, the responsibility of saying something like Public Enemy, like KRS-One, like, you know, Wu-Tang and Tribe Called Quest, all these great, you know, amazing artists and people who I looked up to and wanted to emulate and wanted to be like, along with Bob Marley, right? So for me, music was very like this huge tapestry, and I always really looked up to artists who were saying something and adding to the culture, and I wanted to be a part of that. And once I graduated from UMass, I went back to New Bedford, which is my hometown, working at a nonprofit by day, but at night was an MC, right? And so, you know, and so had a group. The group is Busted Fro, and we just, you know, put out albums and just started doing the music, you know, and traveling around, adding to the culture and bringing, you know, positivity, bringing consciousness to the music.
Yeah, thank you. There's so much amazing, like I always vibrant with everything, the creativity. But for hip hop art, is it the more of words, music, rhymes? Like, what do you focus on first?
Yeah.
Is it the words that you want to say and then go to music?
Well,
rhymes?
Yeah, there's a few ways, you know. I think the beat always gets people, you know, so the boom, the bat, boom, 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 bat. So that classic, like, you know, drum beat, you know, which I always say, you know, so we know, you know, life started in Africa, you know, with the drum, and the drum is, you know, it starts with the heartbeat, right? And so in all cultures, you know, have the drum and connect to the drum. And so, you know, the beat always kind of brings you in. As a poet, you know, as a hip hop poet, as an MC, for me the words matter also, right? So I was always listening to whether it was, you know, The Message, or whether it was, you know, some of these other, you know, Follow the Leader, or whatever. Like these songs to me, these records really spoke. So they had some food for thought. So the beat kind of was kind of like the rice and beans, if you will, and you know, and the lyrics were kind of like the meat of the protein, you know, that attached to that meal. And if one of those are missing, you know, it just doesn't feel complete, if you will. And so for me, in my process is either way. Either I'll hear a concept, and as you talked about, now is the time. Like, here's this issue, this issue of climate change that's happening, and we see it's happening now. And you know, a lot of people are losing, you know, their lives and livelihood to climate change, and we're at such a key moment. And when I heard about that, I was really compelled to do something about it. I think that's the responsibility of a poet, is to take this concept and take what's relevant, what's happening now, and put it in music, put it in art, so that people can reflect on it in a different dimension, right? That's what's so powerful about art in these different mediums, whether it's music, whether it's comedy, whether it's a graphic novel, or comic books, or movies. You know, it allows a dimension to tap into beyond, you know, reality, almost like a fantasy, but it's reflecting this. And as we know, you know, a lot of the great teachers, whether it's, you know, Buddha, or Christ, or Gandhi, or King, you know, like they always talk about like this, you know, this being an illusion, right? Life is an illusion. You know, the fact that we're seeing it and processing it through our minds and our brains is we are co-creating this reality. And for me, you know, I understood that at an early age because of the mentors and the people around me, to say like, hey, I want to be a part of creating this reality in a positive way, building to life, right? Helping to uplift, you know, my people, black and brown people, so that we're all, you know, everything could be equitable. And so that's always been part of my calling, and using music as a tool has been part of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was listening to one of your songs on YouTube. Now is the time, and it was, I think, 2010 or something. And I was like listening and wondering, like, I mean, now is the time. You said so many years back, and it still resonates. Like, this really is the moment. How many things we have lost, how life has changed, but not everything is for the better. I mean, all this digital world. So it's a time. Now is the time to think about many things. So let's get back to your books again. Planeta Blue and Rise of Agu. So I see this is a subtitle. So what does it refer to? Is this like a part of trilogy, as I understand? So what are the future plans for this one? And could you tell us a little about why? I mean, although so busy, but you were writing a book all of a sudden.
Well, you know, storytelling is just part of the human experience, right? And so so many of our myths and stories and history gets passed on. And you know, I had a mom who read stories to me growing up, bedtime stories. And then I had children myself. You know, I have 4 kids. I have 3 boys and a daughter. And as they grew up, you know, I'd either read stories to them or tell them stories out of my mind. And so, you know, they always known me as a musician, but as a father, I'm telling them these stories. And eventually I was like, hey, you know, I feel like these stories are strong enough. You know, I feel like I am a creator. I am a storyteller. I know that you know, growing up reading comic books, you know, I was one of those kids, English not being my first language. Reading was very difficult to me for whatever reason. And so, but I gravitated toward art. I'm also a visual artist. I can draw too, even though I didn't illustrate this because I needed Mike LaRiccia to come through with his amazing art. And so I was telling these stories to my kids, and I was like, I want to tell the story. And the story never left me. Even though I wanted to continue making music, the story I felt like needed to be told, wanted to be told. As I was writing it, I saw it kind of like take its own direction. And you know, I thought the story is going this way, and it was like, nope, it's going this way, and you'll see it. And so, you know, Planeta Blue, Rise of Agu, the word, you know, and in naming it, I was like, you know, part of the, you know, the secret to it is like, what a strange name, or unique name, I should say. And you know, I even thought about, you know, naming it Planeta Agu. And the reason is because, you know, the planet, even though we call our planet Earth, you know, over, you know, 70, you know, maybe even 90% of the planet is actually water. And in my language, in Cape Verde, so we say agua, but certain islands, as I you know, might have said earlier, you know, Cape Verde is a group of 10 islands. Certain islands have different dialects. So in our Cape Verdean Creole, some people say agu for water.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, and that always stuck with me. You know, agu. Like, wow, that sounds such like a deep way of saying agua, right? And most people, you know, whether Spanish or, you know, a lot of people say agua. And I was like, man, this planet is really planet agua, or planeta agu, and so agu is actually this force, in our modern culture and in our consciousness, we've come to realize like water is life, right? Like we are also over 70 to up to, even 90% water within ourselves, right? And so we've realized like, wow, like in the grand scheme of things, we need water to survive, right? We can't go more than 3 days. You can go, over a week without eating, but water, you need after 3 days, you're gone if you don't have any water, right? And so this reality of our connection to water and the need for water and how all carbon-based organisms on this planet, need water in order to just be, right? And so there was this connection that it started making. And so this story, although it's fantastic, it really touches on a spiritual level. It really touches on this reality that there's this connection to this life force.
Yeah.
And so these young people, part of the story is they're fighting this kind of classic story of good versus evil. And our four main characters, Laris, Angel, Tumet, and Tyler, they're fighting against this oil tycoon billionaire who now turned into this world conqueror, right? And so very similar to some of the things that are happening in the world, where you see industry, you see certain people who are just looking towards profit as being the ultimate reality. But at the end of the day, we know like if all the water's polluted, guess what? We're polluted, and what's worse is we'll die off, right? Eventually, the earth may recycle itself, and and a new life form will come about. But because of Xander, who is our evil main villain, he decides to take over the world and kill off a lot of people. And these young people have been given this task to stop him before he kills off more of the world. And also they get some of the powers from Agu. So Agu, this magical power, allows them to tap into the powers of animals and the strength of animals. And so the reader gets to go through this epic adventure where these young people have superpowers, if you will, and look to save the world from this reality that Xander is trying to create. And so I wanted, especially youth of color, right? But all youth to see themselves in this. So it was really important for me to show, a young Black Latina, at the forefront. So Afro Latinas at the forefront. The young man Tumet is from Cape Verde, also like me. And then you got Tyler, which is based loosely off of a childhood friend who came from Indiana. And they just gotta, tap into their inner power. And just like any of the youth out there, to know that you can and you will rise to the occasion if you believe in yourself, if you have confidence. And so I hope people enjoy the stories. I've been getting a lot of great feedback from young people and older people alike, because it is a YA, right? So it's for young audiences. However, anyone can enjoy it. And I like to say Planeta Blue is where Hunger Games meets Narnia, or Harry Potter meets the Jungle Book, right? So it's kind of a mix of these different genres, but also sprinkled with a little bit of reality in there also.
Yeah, actually, I was just going to ask, tell our audience that this is a book that brings all the creativity together. Yes. Great minds like the Harry Potter, Narnia, Jungle Book, everything. And as you just heard Tim say, the force of creativity and the force of goodness within us. And what a concept, like we are part of water, like our blood is liquid, it's water.
It's water,
And I was so interested and so much, touched by the way you have kept stories alive. It's not that I have anything against the digital area, technological, that's got to go. We have to be in this age. But it's amazing how you kept in touch with the realities of storytellings, instead of like just setting the like a YouTube story for the kids,
Yeah, yeah.
or anything other digital. While you are busy, I'm sure everyone is busy. Everyone
Yep.
tries
Oh
to,
man.
but it's amazing how you managed to do that.
Yeah.
And on the top of that, your family, the way you are saying, I can see how all of you are together in everything, and
Yeah.
that really touches me. Family life has become such a hectic spot in
Yeah.
this age of technology.
Yep.
Share a few words about how you manage it, balance it all.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, it's tough. I gotta say it is a struggle. It is a challenge. I
Yeah.
can't say it's easy. However, I try to include because I've seen, I've had great examples from my father and
Yeah.
Don and Vicencia, to see how they always were welcoming and brought us in even as young people. Now even more, we give even more voice to the young people, and so for me it was challenging, as you said, to balance, trying to be creative, trying to put out this book. First of all, I wanted to include, right, and so there'll be certain characters in there that are named after my nephew, my godson. So Onyx, the dolphin, one of the dolphins in the dolphin tribe is named Onyx. And then even Pumra, right? My son is named Rastar. And so
Okay.
Pumra, I kind of changed the name, is this lion, and named after, so that they can see themselves, right? And so, but getting back to the process, it was tough. I'm very thankful for No Farm. They did this writers retreat, which I
Okay.
was invited to go.
Oh.
It started actually as an activist retreat. So I'm also an activist. I'll describe myself as an artivist, right? So I use art for my activist work, and so. I got invited to go up to Vermont in this writers retreat, and I got invited as a writer for music, but I knew that I had this story, and this was over now 5-6 years ago, to go on this retreat, this beautiful landscape, and just to quiet myself and to be away from the family, from the fatherly duties. Shout out to my wife who held it down. So that's the
Yeah.
other part, right? Having a great partner
Of
who
course.
can know and support your art and your craft. Once again, not always easy, but through communication, through planning, I wasn't always, she might disagree, but I wasn't always like, I'm going tomorrow. It was like, hey, next week or next month, I'm planning this thing.
Yeah.
So, kind of arranging everything. And then I got to go there and I got to start the book. Right, so I
Wow.
started the book, and it was easy. Right, once I finally, I knew I had this call, and I knew I had something to say, and I think all those things are important to know. Like, hey, I have something to say. I have a story. I may not know all the pieces yet, but I know there's a story there. But then once I finally created the space, or was allowed the space to just sit down and have my notebook and start writing, it just flowed through me. It really
Yeah.
flowed through me, and I think that's important to let folks know. Like, either find a space or create the space. I also, as I started writing, so this book is 242 pages
Whoa.
long, right? And so it's a long,
Yeah.
it's a long, not long 400, right? But 200, which was important to me to have it reach young people. But I also had to, as I was writing, go to the library, right? Carve out those times and tell, my wife, hey, I'm going to the library for a couple of hours. Or even I had to rent like hotel rooms, not far
Yeah.
away, but really close by,
Wow.
to say, and not expensive, because I wasn't there to, use its amenities, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't there to swim at the pool or use the hot tub, but to say, I'm gonna seclude myself and I'm gonna come here and just sit down and write. And I had fun too. I watched movies, documentaries. I, ordered pizza, whatever, and even played video games, because
Yeah.
I do that. I'm a gamer too. But then I created that space to then write and to finally finish the book, right? So the first step was
Wow.
finish writing it, and then I found an artist, Mike Laricia, who also was in the area, which was very serendipitously. And to work and to find someone that I worked well with. So it wasn't just that he was super talented, and when you all see the book, and
Yeah.
the art is just phenomenal, and it's helping so many people, touch the story, right, is because they're looking at these colors, they're looking at these characters and how beautiful it is. So it's a huge shout out to Mike LaRiccia and his brilliance and his artwork. And then for people to be able now to, now have now I got the artist, and then to keep going, because as you can see, this is quality. It takes money.
Yeah.
Right, and so I actually launched a Kickstarter campaign, got some support from family and friends who wanted to invest, right, and then also put my money into it, right, because you can't just ask other people to support it. You got to say like, hey, this is important also to me, so that I'm going to invest thousands of dollars went into it. But at the end of the day, as we know, it's not always about the money, right? I mean, I'm making it into a sustainable business, right? But at the same time, it's about the story. It's about touching people, and it's about going on this journey. And I keep saying it, it's not easy, right? There's obstacles in the middle of this pandemic. It's been hard to get the books to me. These books were supposed to be here months ago, and I just had to, trust in this infinite wisdom, this infinite intelligence. I believe in a higher power. I call it, I call her the source, right? And that everything comes from the source. And so I'm a very small part of this, right? We're all a very small part of this bigger story that's being told. And I just wanted this to be, something that had a lot of action, had a lot of excitement. Yes, there's some sacrifice like in life, right? And you'll see, some parts that, might touch you in a way where I know for me, and when I was writing it, I almost, I got teary-eyed and watery. My eyes got watery, and, I got goosebumps and all that. But at the end of the day, it's just, and I don't want to give too much, but it's a celebration. Like we win, right? I didn't want this to ever be a tragedy, right? So get it for the young people. It's available at planettablue.com. And it's an amazing story. I hope you all like it.
And there is a trailer up on YouTube on this book, and we are soon going to dig into Tam's music. I can hardly wait. And watch for the trailer. And I am, just dreaming of a movie on this.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be a blockbuster.
Yes. Thank you.
I think so, but I really hats off how you all learned your creativity.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, peace, love, and justice. This generation will be the generation to solve the climate crisis. When I say generation, I want you to say now. Take action, you say now. Generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine. They say it's hard to organize around science. I say atmospheric chemistry, you say silence. Cause he's bored, she yawns, I'm ignored. I'm gone, you're like, psst, what was that for? But let's examine this challenge that we've been handed. Previous generations left us stranded, abandoned, and I can't stand it. CO2's like a hot blanket around a cool planet. Polar ice caps melted, polar bears will soon vanish. You don't care, you a buffoon kid, that's me being candid. Honestly, smart people know it's all connected. If you use your common sense and logic, then you get it. Generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, word, say word, just the tip of the iceberg. Category 5 hurricane, not a nice word. Katrina, FEMA, climate change, Hiroshima. We can build a brighter future, now you label me a dreamer. They might say that I'm a dreamer, I know I ain't the only one. I'm golden sun, solar powered with a golden tongue. I'm hoping, son, we'll come together and overcome. This climate crisis is affecting everyone like 1, 2, 1, 2. What you gonna do? Change the way that we live in, cause we need to. I'm talking about changing your lifestyle. It sounds wild, but I guarantee that it be worth the while. Now when you're wondering where to begin, get your boy Tam Bless break down the top 10 like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
yeah, it's Tam Bless and Bless Energy, one creation, LEDs innovation. Those old light bulbs replaced him to unplug your stuff when they're not in use. cell phone charges of vampires, dude. 3, buy green, buy less, buy local, buy fresh, buy organic, and yes, buy blessed. 4, be aware what you wear, man. You got 14 sneakers, do you need another pair? Like 5 or 6, I'll throw you in the mix. I say reduce, reuse, recycle, that's it. 7, get off of the water that's bottled. You ought to use them reusable with filtered tap water. Like 8, to reiterate, eat local. A garden started, a shop at the farmer's market. 9, it's about time to cut some carbon off. At least one day of the week, bike, bus, or walk. 10, tell your family and friends. Put out the word and help them comprehend. Generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine, generation now. Now is the time, take action now. Your time to shine. Yes, I. Now is the time, y'all. Because if not now, then when, right? We got to do this in this very moment, in this very time, because we're running out of time, right?
They go low, we go higher.
When they go low,
Round and
we
round,
got to
we
go
bring the
higher,
fire.
right?
Raise
And
it
we
up,
always bringing the
blaze it
fire,
up, bring the
y'all.
vibrations
Yeah.
up, wake 'em up.
Yo, yeah. Wherever you at, put your ones up for one love. Yeah, yeah. Put your ones up, put your ones up, put your ones up for one love. Yeah, we go higher. Round and round we bring the fire. Raise them up, blaze them up, feel the vibrations up, we wake them up. Listen, I'm a soldier for love, a general for peace. I wage love in the streets, fight so everyone can eat. Roof over your head and shoes on your feet, a shirt on your back and a bed for you to sleep in. But we ain't sleeping, we stay woke. My third eye sees everything I spoke. These words fan wrote to lift all boats, ride waves. We ain't slave chains get broke like iron sharpens iron, the belt of Orion. Universal truth like wings, I'm flying. For all your youth, don't give up, keep trying. Speak your truth, alternative facts is lying. Cause in this journey, we stay worthy. We take risks, your doubts don't concern me. We for the kids, the moms, the attorney, the teacher, the atheist, the spiritual, the clergy. Cause everyone is welcome here, yeah. Just as long as you don't welcome fear. That's right, I said everyone is welcome here, yeah. Just as long as you don't welcome fear, yeah. Yeah, everyone is welcome. Wait, just as long as you don't welcome hate, yeah. Yeah, everyone is welcome. Wait, just as long as you don't welcome hate. That's right, put them up like this. Hold up, we about to get right tonight. Hold up,
we about to get
right tonight. Hold up, you say hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. We about to get right tonight. Hold up, we about to get live tonight. Hold up, you say hold up. Hold up, hold up. Listen, tell no lies and claim no easy victories. Cabral philosophy, born named Themistocles. We rise together towards one common destiny. Against your weaponry, love will set you free. We rise together towards one common enemy. Look inside of you, it's fear and jealousy. We rise together towards one common enemy. Look inside of you, it's fear and jealousy. Greed forces us to bleed. Water seeds of compassion, cultivate the nation of action. Speak with elevated speech, be skillful to reach the saints, the sinners, and the meek. Cause when it's harder to love, you got to love harder. Respect the mother, respect the father, respect the earth, cause then you'll go farther. 7 generations, we are the founders, yeah. Hold up, we about to get right tonight. Hold up, we about to get live tonight. Hold up, you say hold up, yeah. Hold them up, put your ones up for one love. Hold up, we about to get right tonight. Hold up, we about to get live tonight. Hold up, you say hold up, hold up, hold up. Put your ones up for one love. When they go low, we go higher. Round and round we bring the fire. Raise them up, blaze it up, feel the vibrations up, wake them up, yeah, yeah. When they go low, we go higher. Round and round we bring the fire. Raise it up, blaze it up, feel the vibrations up, wake them up, yeah, 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 yeah. Shout out to See the Light, shout out to Blessed Energy. But listen, y'all, love is the most powerful force in the universe. At the opposite spectrum is fear and hate. So when people look at me, right, I'm one of the people who survived the police attack, and they fear me. I have to wonder, and I have to ask them, because it doesn't really make any sense to fear another person like me. I love life. Listen, so I gotta ask them, listen, are you afraid of my skin? or what's within. Cause beyond this living sunlight, this melanin is a millennium of intelligent gentlemen, godlike, the opposite of Zimmerman, strong like Trayvon Martin. We can't fight, we stand our ground till it's all right. But this long night, it never seems to end. Although we speak to make you understand, we bend, we compromise. But what about our black lives? Did Michael Brown really need to die over some cigarettos? Where are the superheroes? Over Lucy's? Where are the Bruce Lees? When I was younger, I thought my heroes were the cops until I got stopped and then I got dropped. So then my heroes became the Black Panthers. Lack of justice turns to black anger. The system will strangle you. I can't breathe. Oh, say, can you see George Floyd couldn't breathe? We all saw the videotape. There's no debate. Broken system of hate wants me to wait. Sorry, Charlie, but my patience is long gone. Plus I'm way too black and way too strong, and we got white allies by our side. Take out police brutality like apartheid. In this long walk we march with Mandela, Dr. King and Selma through the Mississippi Delta. We march with Malcolm X and Harriet Tubman. March with Rosa Parks, I see freedom coming. March with Frederick Douglass, Garvey and Carney. With my ancestors behind me, they can't harm me. Not the National Guard, nor the Army. March non-violently, cloaked by the words of Gandhi. Break these chains of racism, emancipated, I'm the master. Cause black lives matter. Break these chains of racism, emancipated, I'm the master. Cause black lives matter. See, they beat us, they choke and stomp us with their boots. Hands up, don't shoot. They tase us, they shoot and stomp us with their boots. Hands up, don't shoot. They beat us, they choke and stomp us with their boots. Hands up, don't shoot. They tase us, they shoot and stomp us with their boots. Hands up, don't shoot, don't shoot. 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 Shoot, 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 don't shoot. Shoot, 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 don't shoot. Shoot, shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Shoot, shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Dedicated to all of those who lost their lives to police violence. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, and countless others, too many to name. Let's keep pushing, y'all. So not only do we have a climate crisis, we also have a justice crisis here in the United States and around the world. Yeah, it's always for one love, y'all. We're gonna end this right now with some high energy. So everybody out there, y'all, everybody in the spot, put your hands up. My name's Tem Bless. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? Well, everybody in the spot, put your hands up. My name's Tem Bless. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? What B.E. Young, don't dopest crew at the show. Professional, by now you should know. I be like, shut your pie hole. Nobody wins solo. We stronger than ever. Add it up. Here's the total. Subtract the fiction from the factual. We stay classical. MCs like to use the word dramatical. See, bless B, what KRS is the BDP. Empress, what Lauryn Hill is the Fugees. Iceman cool like Ice Cube and the Ice-T's. You don't wanna fight me, all your haters, y'all can bite me. Beat me, unlikely, sucker free nightly. Your whole family, they love me. Ask a wifey, prefer Adidas over Nikes. Pop is over whitey's real hip-hop over drug dealing. Pimp pop mic me, so I could talk with Oprah about the soul of the soldier holding the weight of the globe on his shoulder. I said it's over 59s. Bless versus rap stars, over 18 bars. I said it's over Drake and Nas. Bless versus rap stars, over 18 bars. Now everybody in the spot, put your hands up. My name's Tam Bless. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? Everybody in the spot, put your hands up. My name's Tam Bless. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? 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 Now say hola, hola, hola. Say hola, 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 hola. Say hola, 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 hola. Say hola, 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 hola. Now somebody, anybody, everybody scream. Somebody, anybody, everybody scream. Yeah. What? It's blessed energy, y'all. It's Tam Bless, y'all. What? Amherst Media, y'all. Amherst Media, everybody in the spot, put your hands up. It's Tam Bless, y'all. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? Everybody in the spot, put your hands up. My name's Tam Bless. I'm here to give you what you want. Now put your hands up and keep your hands up. Now wave them crazy like what? 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 Yes, listen, y'all. My name's Tam Blessed, born to mystically. It's always a pleasure to be with y'all. Yo, let's keep fighting. How we fight is the fight. I use my mic, I use my book, Planeta Blue. It's always for the love, it's always for the youth, it's always for the culture, it's always for life. That's how we do. So all of y'all out there that keep making the music, make sure it's for healing, make sure it's for building, make sure it's for the beauty of this life. And I'm about to be out, so thank you Amherst Media, thank you Tulip, thank you. Support the book, y'all, PlanetaBlue.com. Yeah, the rise of IQ, and I'm out. Tam Bless. One love.
So, Tam, tell us a little bit about how came to this title of Now is the Time in your songs.
Yeah. I came through with this awareness that if not now, then when, right?
Okay.
Now is the time that we have, right? The past is gone, the future's not here. As they say, the present is a gift, right? And this is the only moment where we could do something about this challenge, this huge challenge that's in front of all of us as human beings around climate change. And so, I was tasked as a poet, as a spoken word poet and a hip hop artist to do this spoken word piece for the high schools in the area where I was doing a lot of work in New Bedford. And so this song started out as just a spoken word piece, and just to really remind people to do something about this climate change that's happening, this climate crisis that's happening right now, and it's so relevant. I remember, talking to my boys, my children as they were coming up, and just the other day, my oldest son saying like, "Hey, Dad, like all these things that you were telling us back then is happening now. Like we're going through climate change right now, and we have to change." And so, shout out to all the leaders out there, all the young youth that are doing something. We have to go. We gotta abolish fossil fuels, y'all. Like now is the time to do it. If not, we may not be here. I mean, the Earth is gonna be here. Unfortunately, a lot of animals and plants will not. But we have to do this now.
Yeah. So now is the time to act, and great minds always think alike. Now is the moment to save our Earth, be on a better planet, be on a better scale of being good humans. And thank you so much, Tam, for joining us. And thank you to Amherst Media and its great team for making this show.